Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Salma Salsabila from Diponegoro Islamic Senior High School. Today, I will tell you a story entitled The Boy Who Always Hears Don't, written by Fernando Rosal Gonzalez and illustrated by Rodel Tepaya. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Other children might dread hospital visits, but I, among them, would find it odd if a month passed without seeing the doctor. We are children born with certain disabilities. Some say that children like us never grow old. They call me Romeo, the daydreamer. And as an infant, I was observed pointing to and reaching out for things beyond my grasp. From our rooftop, I found it a joy to watch a balloon here or there fly off from an occasional birthday celebration of our neighbors. I also delighted in spotting birds among the clouds, butterflies hopping from flowers to flowers, or even rainbows. In my dreams, I am always in flight. My father is moved to a smile each time I tell him about my dreams. "That's the effect of watching your favorite superheroes too much on TV," he said. "You always think of flying like them, even in your sleep." But as I wake up to the real world, an overpowering sadness comes over me, as I feel so alone, far from other children, far from fun and games. "Never leave the house, Romeo! Don't run around or you will trip on rocks. Don't injure yourself. Don't get bruised. Don't play ball as you could be hurt by your playmates or get hit with the ball." And so, giving to many things that I'm forbidden to do, I prefer to go back and dwell in my dream world. In such a world, I am free to do what I wish, things I am unable to do in the real world. One day, a thought came to me. Is the world only for the strong, the talented, the quick, the brilliant, the agile? I was lucky that father was there to console me. "Son, remember, if you are unable to do some things, this should not stop you from doing what you can. Your mother and I will always be here to provide support." My teachers in school were delighted that I could compose poems. Where does the wind move? But in music, leaves will fall, but the tree stand marvelous. "Where did those verses came from, Romeo?" my mother once asked. "I'm only pretending to be balakdast," I kid in reply. I frequently found companies in books and readings, and I wrote poems after poems in my notebooks for school. I wish to keep company with you, that I might not have to remain alone. And I wonder, why would the Maya fly all over and yet still find its way back to its mother? "You are truly a poet, son," Mother exclaimed when I showed her my work. She hugged me in a tight embrace and I have to wriggle free. "Mother, don't hug me too tightly or I might get bruised." One night, I wrote a poem for my parents. "Why You Two Are Dear to Me" by Romeo the Daydreamer. You are sugar to blend coffee, salt for my favorite kari, ice cubes for juice and jelly, a colorful feast of a bowl of rice, that's me. "What would you like for your birthday?" my father asked. "Objects that can fly, father. Balloons, clouds, birds, rainbows." My father is an able artist. He smiled, then began to work on a painting. For my birthday, he gave me a painting alive and full of my favorite images, balloons, clouds, birds, and other flying objects. That night, I was so happy that I dreamt I was riding on a parachute kept along by the wind and unable to land on the ground. What if I could explore the whole Philippines in one day? I wondered to myself. No playmates to bully me, no one to laugh at me, and best of all, no more things that I'm forbidden to do. Someone must have heard my wish to go around the Philippines in one day. I make it to so many places that night. From the skies, I saw the new rice terraces, Mount Mayon, and also gentle hundreds islands of Pangasinan. My eyes gladly scoured the rice field of Central Luzon, the historic churches of Ilocos, and whales in Dunzel. I was awed by the snaking San Juanico Bridge that connects Samar and Leyte. Mount Apo was a majestic sight, and Pangsajan Falls were lovely. I woke up hugging the painting to myself. I was so thirsty that I gulped down a glass of water quickly. It felt as if I have traveled far and wide. My father said I looked so happy, grinning ear to ear in my sleep. Father, the Philippines is such a beautiful country.
Really? How could you say that? We have not been around much.
Oh, but in my dreams, I saw how beautiful our country is.
Go get dressed,
My father said.
We're going somewhere.
In a while, I was to be taken to the doctor for my regular checkup. I couldn't wait to see my doctors and my fellow patients. I couldn't wait to tell them what happens in my dreams. The end. From this story, we can conclude that everyone's dreams are valid, so keep believing in your dreams. That's all from me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.